Hey there, welcome to Final Fantasy XIV Completionist, the series where I try to take one step towards the impossible task of 100%ing Final Fantasy XIV every episode. After collecting over 300 triple triad cards and earning them out, I wanted to start a new goal that would push me to do different content I never tried before. With over 150 mounts to get, I'm going to have to learn tons of new jobs and game modes, tackle challenging content and huge grinds, all with the goal of unlocking every single mount obtainable in-game. So let's get started. Last episode, we completely finished Island Sanctuary, as well as all the Skybuilder script mounts. Along with that, we got the first of many jobs to 500,000 score at the Firmament by finishing fishing. This episode, we're focusing on Shadowbringer Guibers, trying to get close to completing the whole collection of them, as well as finishing off another entire section of mounts, and earning one mount that I've been wanting since I started playing the game. Alright, like I said in the intro, we'll be doing some Guiber mount farming, and if you're not really familiar with the game or you've not done mount farming, I just want to do a quick rundown so you understand what's going on. So for each expansion, if you do the trials that release with it, at the harder difficulty that it has a chance of dropping these themed mounts, and by themed I mean they're just all kind of the same type of animals. So we've had unicorns, we've had birds, we've had wolves. For Shadowbringer, they have these Guibers, just funky little dragon dudes. And for doing each of these extreme trials, you have a chance of getting it. Since this was the previous patch, you're able to unsync these fights and make them easier. So people will do these mount farms where you can skip certain mechanics, and it's a less risky way of doing it. However, how much you can skip is kind of just based on the fight. Some fights you can skip most of the mechanics and kind of cheese things. Other ones, you have to respect a lot of it because there's instant kill things or lots of damage downs or other sorts of things associated with it. Once the mounts drop, you just have to roll on it and hope you roll higher than everyone else that doesn't have the mount, which is what happened the last couple of videos with me trying to get the Diamond Weapon Guiber. Hopefully we won't have quite that experience this time, but you never know. So we are still missing the Hades Guiber, the Ruby Weapon Guiber, the Emerald Weapon Guiber, and the Seed of Sacrifice Guiber. But once we finish up those, we're actually going to be able to move on to Endwalker and its trials and trying to unlock those mounts. Hades was a fight I wasn't really looking forward to doing a farm for, just because it's one of those fights that there's just certain things you can't skip. Even if you push the DPS, there's just like ad phases and other parts of it that are a little bit annoying. But honestly, it really wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting for it. Once you just have a group of people that kind of know what they're doing, and since I do it with my FC, it was pretty chill. Had a good time with it. Didn't take too long to farm it, honestly, which is nice because it's one of those ones if it takes a while, since there's cutscenes and other stuff, it can be a pain in the butt. So we're actually able to get the Shadow Guiber for everyone from Hades, so that is one more marked off for me. A very cool looking mount. I like it even though the aura around it's kind of finicky and funky. So all I have left now is Emerald and Seed of Sacrifice. We did some runs of Ruby Weapon as well, and after 16 runs, we got 0 mount drops. So unfortunately, it was just not meant to be. You could not get the back-to-back today. But I'm really excited to get so if you're not aware, when you get all the mounts for doing the trials for a certain expansion, you get a special mount. So the like Mecha Guiber looking thing looks really, really cool, and I'm excited to get it. The only main thing that's really in my way is Seed of Sacrifice at this point. That seems like you actually have to do mechanics and pay attention, which for the other unsynced fights, because you're doing it at a higher level, you really don't have to know too much. So I'm a little bit worried about that, but I'm sure I'll get that knocked out in the future. Today is October 9th, 2022, and this is the day that I'm going to finish up the tribal relations for A Realm Reborn completely. All three of the ones I have left, and I have all 5 of them completely maxed out. I'll be able to do the Alliance quest. And I also have it for Heavensward, and Stormblood, and Endwalker. Not Shadowbringers, we'll get there. I've put this off because I want to put all my daily allowance towards these 3 because they are a pain in the butt, and I am so happy to be done with it in just a second. Kobold Beast Tribe completed. Sajin Beast Tribe completed. And Amalja Beast Tribe completed. That is all 3 of them. I now need to go get the mounts, and I also need to do the Alliance quest. I should be able to do that, I'm pretty sure. I think there's a pretty cool glam reward for it, and it's just awesome seeing all of these more or less finished up. We're not going to look at this one, but it's okay. We're pretty much there. So I'm going to look into that and go grab those mounts real quick. All right, here we go. Let's start redeeming it. We have 3 minions, and I did look up for the allied ones. You get a minion you can buy from all the different vendors for each of the allied beast tribes. So nothing I really need to do right now, but it'll be important later on if I start going for minions. It'll be a nice little treat for future me to go get. They're like 25k each, so they're not too bad. All right, we've got the bomb palanquin. Sorry, I'm gonna pronounce everything wrong, by the way. We've got the Drake. I know how to say Drake. All right, cool. All right. We have the Elpst. I don't know if that's right. I'm pretty sure that's wrong. Anyways, so it's 3 mounts in the span of like 10 seconds, which very cool. Oh, I like that a lot, actually. I just like how it's the same thing with the direwolf, where like from other angles almost looks cute, and then you look at the face and it looks like it's gonna murder you. So like, this is actually cool. How does the running and flying animation look? Oh, like it's a little air wiggle. That's funny. All right, next. This one actually makes sense for flying. I don't think it looks any different at all when it's flying. Yeah, it's just, that's cool. It's a cool one. I don't see this one very often. I mean, I know it's because no one does AR like beast tribes at all, but that's cool. I like it. It's a cool one. Definitely happy I got this one. And we have the last one, which is the Drake, which I don't think I'm probably gonna have any strong feelings about. Yeah, it's he does have this kind of like intensity. There he goes. That's cool, and it's got the same sort of wiggle. I'm assuming a lot of the ones that weren't initially made with flying kind of have that wiggle. Oh wait, do they all have no, they don't all have these different abilities. This one does though. That's kind of fun. That's cool. All right. That's a fun little addition. It's like probably the most like interesting part of the mount, but yeah. So that's the last time you're gonna see, similar with Island Sanctuary, this is the last time you're gonna see any Beast Tribe stuff at all, honestly, until they release a new one. As soon as they release a new one, I'm gonna be on it. I'm gonna be doing it every single day, as much as possible, and I'm going to be getting the mount the first day you're able to get it. I'm going to be committed. I'm going to be a good mount farmer. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But for now, I have every single one of the mounts. It's another section for me, completely green. So that's really cool. I don't know what the next one we're going to get green at is. We'll see. I don't think it's going to be firmament, but it might be. Who knows? Yeah, I finally broke my streak of bad luck. I used one of these Emerald Totems to buy the G-Weapon card. So I've only done 4 Emerald Weapon Extreme runs ever. And I won the very first roll, the very first mount I saw with the 95. So compared to the usual luck I have, got very lucky with this. I'll be hanging out in this group for a little bit longer to help them out as the respectful good thing to do. But I only have 2 more fights to do for Shadowbringers, and then I get the cool like Mecha Gwyber mount. I don't know what the actual name of it is, but I keep calling it that. Again, it looks cool, but I don't know. I just want that. I want that Mecha Gwyber. It's cool though. I like the particle effects on all of them. I think it's the coolest ones I've seen so far. I've not seen the Endwalker ones yet, but these are really cool. All right, you might be wondering, why are you here? What's happened? So I've been doing the daily and weekly clan hunts you can do in Ishgard and Kugane, and I have gotten enough of these clan mark logs, which you can buy with the Centuria seals that you get. I got 3,000 of these, lets me buy 6 of these clan mark logs, which lets you get a wyvern horn. It's kind of weird. It's a weird way to do it, but you know what? We're gonna get it. And the nice thing about being here is I can literally just summon it right now and get the wyvern. Oh, he's got scoliosis. Oh no, poor dude. Oh, he's had a rough life. I know how that feels. My back is just that bad. I love that I can't fly here. just gonna hop around. Oh, okay. Well, that is Mount 83, I believe. So kind of a one out of nowhere. I've just been doing it daily and weekly. It's pretty easy when you keep up with. There's a bunch of other collectibles also along with it, so I'm just gonna kind of continue to keep doing this. Get some of the bardings and minions, and apparently you get riding maps from it too, and you can get Aetherite tickets too, so you can get some nice free travels everywhere. So that's actually kind of cool. I've never bought any of them, so I'm probably gonna grab a few of those once I get all the collectibles. That's probably gonna take like a month or so before I finally have all the things I want to collect from that. Either way, cool. Mount 83, dude's got a messed up neck, very relatable. So one thing I need to do for the firmament is I need to get all of my crafters to 90, and I decided I would do this in a very fun way. So we're just gonna turn this in, get 90 for alchemist, and we're gonna get 90 for weaver, and we're gonna get 90 for goldsmith, and 90 for armorer. Why did I do it this way? No reason. It's just a lot of like good brain chemicals all at once. So we're set up. We've got all our crafters to 90 now. If we check, we've got everything at 90, and this is such a nice looking tab. 10 out of 10. Beautiful. Cool. Awesome. So now I only have one gear set too, which is gonna be great. I still need to upgrade my gear because it's not good enough to do expert crafts, but we're at least all using the same gear set. So that'll be great. Yeah, this is the day after. Getting the mount kind of caught me off guard, so I didn't record a lot of it. I was just kind of trying to chill with the FC when we were doing our mount farm. If you can do mount farming with people in your FC or like friends, it's so much more fun than doing with random people in Party Finder. So generally, like, I've not had any issue with people in Party Finder. It's more fun to do with people you know. But yeah, that means we have literally one Gwyber left, and then we will have every single one of the trial mounts all the way up to Endwalker. So then we're gonna have to start farming those, and I know that's one of my goals personally for myself, is to actually do the Endwalker trials and learn those while they're current content and not being able to unsync them. So we're gonna see how that's gonna go, but I'm looking forward to it. All right, so I got Warrior to 90. It's my first tank actually to 90. And you might be like, this is pointless update. There's nothing really tied to it, but there's actually 2 mounts that are tied to having a high level tank. You don't technically need 90, but getting it to 90 is nice for this. One of them is completing 200 high-end duties as a warrior, and the other was completing 300 of certain dungeons and trials and roulettes and leveling stuff as a warrior. So now that I have warrior at 90, it's a little bit more convenient to do that, so it'll be nice to chip away at that over time, and kind of a nice goal with that. I don't think I've done any high-end or high-level duties as warrior. I don't actually know exactly what that entails, but I've definitely got a little bit of progress on the other ones. So the war bear and the battle bear are those 2 mounts for that, so hopefully we'll get those over time. It's probably not something I'll be updating on unless we hit some milestones with it. All right, so I'm actually doing combat for once. I know it's wild, but this is actually the final of the shared fates I need to do. If we go and take a look, far trade achievement unlocked, and we look at our shared fates, they're all done. The importance of this is the fact that by having all of these to rank 3, I can finally buy the gemstone vouchers that you need to get to trade in for the Wyver mount. That takes 500 of them, so I have to get 500,000 gemstones. So I can only start the grind once I've maxed all these areas. So I've done over 400 fates just to start this grind. I did a pretty okay job of almost capping on gemstones when I unlocked this so that I can just buy a bunch of them. So we'll go do that real quick. All right, here they are. So now we can exchange items here. This allows us to buy it might not be everything, but it allows you to buy all the materials from all the other areas here. I think some of the unique stuff, like the cards, you have to actually go out to the area to buy them. So what we're looking here for is actually these bicolored gemstone vouchers. And we can buy 9 of them. And like I said, we need 500. I'd like to talk a little bit in the future when I start getting more serious into this grind about some tips and tricks for it, some stuff I've picked up on. Either way, we're gonna start our journey of 500 vouchers with the first 9 here, and I think I'm gonna put these on my on my HUD right here so I can always be reminded of the suffering that I'm about to go through. Alright gamers, this might be the most important mini cactpot I've ever done. We're at 1,994,357 MGP. If we can get 6,000 from this, we get very lucky. We can get the Salvo Tender mount from this. Right. Here. 10k? Oh no! We're literally, if that was a 3 instead of a 4, that's 10k. Alright, second one, let's go. We got this. 4, okay, we don't care about that. 2, 3. No! Oh no! Well, now we definitely need to get the 10k to get it from this. We got this though. Alright. No. Maybe? No way. We actually got the 10k. I wasn't expecting that at all, actually. All right, well. Okay, I was just assuming we weren't going to get it, and then I was going to have to just, like, do chocobo racing for, like... Okay. You're dead. Okay, anyways. I'm going to stumble over this dead body real quick. I don't know which prize exchange it's on. Look at this Savatender. Horn right here, 2 million MGP all by itself. I don't have any of these. Not a single one of these. Not a single one of these mounts. Not any of these minions. Not any of these emotes. Actually, I have the bee's knees. That's a fun little joke. None of these bardings. This is the first. These are 500k. What the heck? Anyways, we're getting this. Not milking it any. Whew, that looks nice. Looks real nice in the inventory. All right, let's go find somewhere nice to go show it off. I actually go here too often to show stuff. Let's go somewhere different. God, this thing looks even better at night, just glowing. Oh, it plays the... Oh, I didn't realize it played the gold saucer theme. I love that. And the little balloons. This is great. I've wanted this for so long. It's just like one of the... I mean, every single time you go to like the gold saucer, you're like, I wonder what the most expensive thing is. And you look and you're like, geez, it's this thing, and you see it every once in a while. You're like, this thing's so cool. I can't wait to get it. The grind to get it, like the weekly stuff you have to do, isn't terrible, honestly. It's really not that terrible of a grind. It just feels worse than it is. But if you're doing for Minion for the 100k a week, if you're doing the challenge log for 90k a week, if you're doing a triple triad tournament for some extra cash, it's not too much, but it's really not that awful. Honestly, I wouldn't lie about that at all if I thought it was actually a hard grind. It's not a hard grind, it's just a longer grind. And it's just a passive grind. Obviously, if you get lucky with the jumbo cactpot, I can expedite it a little bit. But yeah, I'm really happy to have this. We're gonna just go down the list of the most expensive ones. So we'll slowly start to get these more and more often. The Fenrir mount is 1 million, so it'll be a decent bit until we get the next one. But then after that, they should come pretty concurrently after that. So this is going on my mount rotation. I love this thing. This is such a cool mount. I'm super happy to have it.
So I've not done an update yet for any of the mining or botanist stuff for the Diadem. I've been trying to think about how I want to turn stuff in because inventory management is actually a big thing for this, because by the end of it, roughly I'm going to have almost 200 999 stacks of stuff. And I'm going to start selling stuff once I get to the point where I have everything I need for the crafting. But even then, I'm still going to have a ton of stuff. So I'm trying to think about the best way to manage it, because I don't want like a half stack of one type of resource in my retainer stored away, and then another half stack in my inventory. I just want to make sure I'm efficiently using space, basically. But for now, let's turn some stuff in, and we will see how many points we have when we come back. For mining, I have 1,000 points accumulated score, and for botany, I have 2,300, so basically nothing. And I have already actually hit the cap for Sky Builder script, so I'll be right back. I'm going to spend some of that and sell some stuff on the market board, and then I will continue. Cool. After a very long journey trying to figure out what to sell, because the markets are terrible for like everything for whatever reason, let's turn in the rest of the stuff. I do have some stuff that's not expert materials, you'll notice. Like this one says used in level 80 crafting recipes. That is because you can use the auger, the big giant gun you have there, and it allows you to get a bunch of random resources, including level 80 stuff that you aren't really going for. So I'm really just selling it, and I'm turning it in for the easy points. All right, cool. So you'll see for mining, oh, actually these are pretty even. I'm surprised. I thought my mining would have been a lot higher, but I have 18,000 points for mining and 18,000 points for botany. It's pretty slow, and that's exacerbated by the fact that I'm doing 2 jobs at the same time, just because the method I'm doing it. Once I get the method kind of nailed down a little bit, I'll showcase it a little bit. I just want to make sure I'm doing it the right way, and I'm not gonna put bad advice out there before I do anything. By the time we finish this up, I'm either going to be rich or I'm going to flood the market so much that everything is worthless. Hopefully both. I will set the market on fire with my stacks of money. I don't know. I need the 75 million so that I can buy the 2 vendor mounts because they're super expensive. I might actually be able to get that from doing this, which would be really cool. It would be a very unintended, like, big brain play. So we'll see if that's how it ends up turning out. So we are very far away from even the first 100,000 for both of these, but I have to kind of temper my expectations by the fact we're doing 2 at the same time. So if we're doing 1 at the same time, we'd be about 40k right now, which I'd be pretty happy with. And that is already sold. Cool. Neat.
This is a very important kill. I'm not showing any Eureka, because anytime I've recorded, I've sounded like this. I've sounded so defeated. But this here is the final kill to get me to elemental level 60. Oh, nothing pops up. Nothing special happens. Eureka's like weird side content they added in Stormblood related to the relic weapons, and it's alright. It's not fun at all. This is probably Eureka, some of my least favorite content in the game, actually, which is later on I'm going to have to do Eureka for some mounts, and I'm going to talk about how much fun I'm having, or that it's a pretty chill grind. And you guys can come back to this video and link me this and tell me that I'm just having Stockholm Syndrome and that it's actually, I already said that I dislike this. But I'm not coming back here for a little bit. I'm going to take a break from Eureka. I did it originally for the triple triad cards that you needed from it, and I said I'd never come back to it, and then I came back to it. I enjoyed it for like a week, and then I went and disliked it again. So, but we're done. We're done for the time being. I just got the achievement for getting 30 S rank kills in Endwalker, and I thought I had more kills than that, I'm going to be honest. But yeah, that just kind of shows I've been very lazy with killing S ranks. I wasn't even looking for S ranks right now. I was unlocking a dungeon, the Smelton dungeon. I, for some reason, just decided not to do that before, and an S rank appeared here, so I got the kill on it. But yeah, so we only have 970 more to go. Let's do it. This is just horrifying. I mean, I love this. I love this sort of stuff in MMOs. It's just like horrifying. Like, this is the most people I ever see in one area, is these hunt trains. It is so pretty though, seeing like all these mounts in the air, all these different mounts. It's so nice. This is the true hunt train experience. Ingested. Hey, we did it! And this is how it looks to do combat. Just a horde of people descending on this poor monster. Within like 5 seconds, already 50% down. I don't know what mechanics this thing does, because it doesn't matter. Because it's dead. Alright, I stopped being lazy and did some hunts. It's a really nice thing actually to do while I can just sit next to an Aetheryte while I'm doing editing. And if it gets called, I go and do it, and it's pretty fun. And I've got another 3,200 sacks of nuts, so we can get the Forgiven Reticence Horn and summon that. So that's the last of the 2 sacks of nuts mounts you get from hunts. The rest of them are going to be much longer. It's similar to the Skybuilder script. You get a few easy ones, and then the other ones are just like kill 1,000 S ranks and 2,000 A ranks sort of thing. It's going to be funny, and by funny I mean scary. So yeah, so this is gonna get rid of the easy ones. We're chewing through the easy mounts, and now we have all the hard ones ready to go. So I'm gonna go somewhere where I can summon this real quick. This is how you can tell a good mount from a bad one if you zoom in. The very bottom. It's just bugging out. Look at this. Perfect. I actually like this one a lot. I really like the. I mean, I like all of Shadowbringers aesthetic, but like this looks really cool. Claws look a little funky, but it's really cool looking. Like the crown. I wish you were like sitting on the crown. Actually, that'd be kind of cool. But either way, it looks really cool. The flying animation is all right. It's not the best, but it's fine. It's like I said, we got a lot more hunts to do. I'll be doing them kind of passively. I'll do updates as I hit milestones and I get achievements for it. But I don't think there's gonna be like a whole video committed to it, like I could like for other things, because my goodness, it's gonna be just a passive effort over months and months and months. So it'll be in the background. Like I said, I'll try to show it just so you know it's something I'm sticking with, so you can keep me accountable for it, because I definitely am terrible at that. But yeah, another mount to add to the stash. We're getting pretty high up there. I actually don't know how many. It'll be on the screen right now, so that'll tell you. So you know that's something I don't even know right now. We're at the high 80s, I believe, so we're doing pretty well. That's gonna be it for today's video. It really feels like as we get closer to 100 mounts, we're going to start getting into grinds and farms that are going to be a new level of challenging, whether it's because it's like actually difficult or because it's content that I wouldn't really go out of my way to do otherwise unless I was going for this goal. But as I mentioned last video, progress will take longer to put these together, but I'm still feeling like really driven and really kind of inspired to keep going for these hard goals and try to put something fun together for you all. Honestly, the hardest part is just sitting down and editing, because I get myself in this mindset that the time I'm editing is time I could be grinding things for the series, when in reality, if I'm not making the videos, there isn't really a series at all. But anyways, take it easy, everyone, and I will see you all in a couple weeks.